All right, thanks, guys. We are back on the balcony, and the Braves take on the Mets. That's going to be a 4:10 p.m. Eastern first pitch at Citi Field. The Mets are minus 135, total 7 flat. The Braves are plus $1.25 to win it. And if you like the Braves to keep this one close, they're minus $1.80, catching the 1.5. And following Wednesday's sports wagering action, I'm currently 7-3 in my last 10 extra daily pick premium package plays on Patreon.com/BrockPage, and that's a website where I sell sports pick subscriptions beginning at just $1.99 through the end of the month. The link for that website is in the description section below, and once again, that is Patreon.com/BrockPage. We got Mike Soroka for the Braves, Jake DeGrom for the Mets. DeGrom coming off one of his most efficient years, 2.43 ERA on a very lackluster Mets squad in 2019. He also went 2-0 in spring training with a 1.29 ERA, 5 strikeouts, and a .28 WHIP. DeGrom pitches. He pitched in 32 games last season and struck out 255 batters. Meanwhile, on the Braves side, Mike Soroka had a solid 2019 himself. Although he struck out only 142 batters, he did walk 41 of them. And following a very impressive run through the NL East during the regular season last year, the Braves they fell off quite quickly in the NL postseason, losing the division series to the Cardinals 3-2. Now the Braves have also lost in 6 out of Soroka's last 11 starts. Not the type of numbers you want kind of out of your opening day guy. Now, the Mets on the other side, they finished the season getting the W in DeGrom's final 4 starts. And as a matter of fact, the Mets gave up just 5 total runs in Jake's final 4 starts of the 2019 regular season. New York won 5 out of their last 6 games at Citi Field, and they went 5-1 in their last 6 head-to-head battles with another member of the National League. Now, total-wise, 3 out of DeGrom's last 5 starts went over the posted total. Meanwhile, on the Braves side, 3 out of Soroka's last 5 starts got over the number themselves. So with all that in mind, give me the New York Mets minus $1.35 and the over 7 runs in that game. Before we go ahead and move on, just want to take another quick time out and welcome you to the video. Welcome you to the balcony cam. But anyway, got some lines and personal leans out for Friday's Major League Baseball action. The weekend is finally here. But before we dive into some more of that, I just have to quickly remind you once again that after yesterday's sports wagering action, we're currently 5-2 in our last 7 extra daily picks on Patreon.com/BrockPage. We're also 10-4 in our last 14 package selections in that same category as well. If you want some more information on how you can join in on the action, link for that site is in the description section below. And once again, that is Patreon.com/BrockPage. Now moving on, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the Phillies taking on the Marlins. 7:05 p.m. Eastern first pitch at Citizens Bank Park in South Philly. The Phils are the $2 favorite, totals 8.5, juice to the under. The Marlins are plus $1.65 to win it. And if you like the fish to keep this one close, they're laying $1.25 for some run line cash. Now we have Sandy Alcantara for the Marlins. He's getting the start on the bump here. Aaron Nola for the Fightins. Nola went 12-7 last year on an underachieving Phillies squad. Nola struck out an impressive 229 batters and had a 1.26 WHIP. He's squaring off against Sandy Alcantara, who finished 6-14 last year and struck out only 151 batters. Sandy also finished out spring training this year with a 7.50 ERA, giving up 10 earned runs in 12 innings pitched. The Marlins finished dead last in the NL East last season and had the fewest wins in the National League. They actually finished the season 48 games below 500. Wow. They had arguably the worst pitching staff in the league, and they really struggled at the plate as well. Now the Phillies on the other side, they certainly have some key components, some key players in place for this season, and they're also being led this year by former Yankee manager Joe Girardi. They got rid of Gabe Kapler. He's over with the Giants right now. So several sources are actually predicting this Philly squad to sneak into the wild card picture. by the end of the shortened season, so only time will tell. Really can't back the Marlins in this spot here. So with all that said and done, give me the Phillies -1.5 and the under 8.5 in that game. All right, next matchup, we're going to take a look at the American League. I'm talking about the Mariners taking on the Astros, 9:10 p.m. East. The Astros are the $3 favorite, total 7.5 juice to the over. The Mariners are the plus 250 underdog. And if you like Seattle to cover, they're plus $1.15 on the run line. Marco Gonzalez is on the bump for the Mariners, Verlander for the Astros. Justin Verlander finished 21-6 in 2019 with a solid 2.58 ERA. No real surprise there. This guy's he's been an absolute machine in recent seasons. 223 regular season innings last year, just 64 earned runs, giving up 300 strikeouts on the dot, and Seattle's certainly going to have their hands full. And speaking of the Mariners, they finished dead last in the AL West last year, 26 games below 500. They also won just 33 games away from home. Marco Gonzalez finished the year with a 3.99 ERA, just a smidge below 4. He gave up 210 hits while also walking 56 batters. He also finished with a whip of 1.31. So, not so sure how good the Astros will be at the plate without the trash cans. Maybe they'll find another way, but they should be able to, hold off this Mariners squad regardless. So with all that in mind, give me the Astros -1.5 and the under 7.5 runs in that contest. And with that, we're going to slide into our next and final matchup for the show. It's going to be the LA Angels taking on the Oakland Athletics. 10:10 p.m. Eastern first pitch. The A's are -154, totals 8.5 flat. The Angels are plus $1.30 to win it. They're also -155 catching the 1.5. We have Andrew Heaney for the Angels, Frankie Montas for the A's. Montas was 9-2 last season with a 2.63 earned run average. He struck out 103 batters in 96 innings pitched, and he finished with a 1.11 whip. He is squaring off against Andrew Heaney on the other side, who finished just 4-6 on the season last year with a terrible ERA of 4.91. He also posted an ERA of 7.04 in 7 2/3 innings of work during spring training this year. Heaney also finished 2019 with a 1.29 whip. I really think the Angels' pitching is going to be suspect this year. Oakland might not even have to get to the Angels' bullpen to really blow this one up. So with all that in mind, give me the Oakland A's winning this one outright and the over 8.5 in that game. With that, we're going to go ahead and dive into some shout-outs. And from our Patreon platform, shout-out to Tony Isagire, Alex91, Sean Anderson, J007, Stephen Hines, PJ Desimone, Roger Montgomery, Raj Kamal B, Delvin Whitehead, and Derek Pate. Next, from our Instagram platform, shout-out to Cody Dunlap, Keaton Johnson, Alex Shire, Aben Babu, Michael Diamond, Tom Kaselica, Tamika Melton, Phoebe Hope, Dave Kantner, and Will Slade. And then finally, from our YouTube platform, shout out to Lewis Yates, Dominique Hughes, Etienne Kalama, Michael Jordan, Thomas Martin. Also want to give a shout out to Matt Mayer, the Dingman C. Dinger, Domingo Alves, Calico Jones, and last but certainly not least, got to give a shout out to my man, Thomas Kingston. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Once again, don't forget to check me out on Patreon. If you decide you want to dive into a package here today, just keep in mind that the way Patreon works is we'll bill you the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. That's just kind of how Patreon's billing cycle works. So they'll bill you the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. So if you were, to decide to pull the trigger on a package here today, we're going to bill you today, and then you will get billed on the 1st of August following that. And then after that, you're just going to get auto-billed on the 1st of every month, just auto-renewed, and you can cancel at any time. Just make sure that if you do not want to receive these plays any longer on Patreon, make sure you have to unsubscribe yourself. I can't do it for you. So anyway, guys, that is going to do it for me. Hey, MLB's back. Major League Baseball is back. It's a great time of year. Hopefully we keep things going and stay out of harm's way, and we don't have any corona relapses. Hopefully we can continue to move on with normal life and really kick this virus right in the butt and get rid of it. But anyway, guys, it's great to have sports back. With that said, I gotta thank you guys for joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, happy Thursday or Friday to you, depending on when you're watching this. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage.